So good evening, everyone. Welcome on this training. Chairman Uriel Ezabu here. How is everyone doing? How has everyone's day been? How was the market for you today? Initially, it was somehow for us, but we got it right. And I'm sure everybody has ended the day in profit. So now you see, there is a book that my mentor recommended many years ago that I read. All right, that book is called The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Please, everyone, mute out yourself. We're recording. I don't want to mute everyone so that this can be interactive. All right. So that book is called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. My mentor, Mr. David Imonite, asked me to read it a couple of years back. I was in Dallas, Texas, in the U.S. when he asked me to read it. Now, you see, in life, mentorship is everything. Who do you listen to? Who is speaking into your life? If you don't have someone who is speaking into your life in terms of mentorship, then it might be a little bit challenging for you. All right. I'm off to the US in a few days to go spend some time with my mentor. To go spend some time with my mentor. I'll stay at his home for some days to watch him real time. He's a multi-millionaire. You know, he lives in one of the best areas of the US. Don't worry, I'm going to do videos. I'm going to do Instagram live. Yeah, you know as it be now. I'm going to do the normal Nigerian show. I'll do the normal. Dr. Dupe, you know as it be now. I'll do the normal Nigerian show. Of course, when I enter his Rolls Royce, I'm going to do videos and all the paparazzi inside the Rolls Royce. Yourself now, you know as it be. Hey, give me a second, please. So, doctor, you know as it be now, you know the normal Nigerian show now, you know the paparazzi, you know how they do the things. So, definitely, I will make sure that I paparazzi enough. Pose with the Rolls Royce like saying I may get up. But you see, that's part of the things that he taught me. Is the feeling when you give yourself that life experience. I was listening to I was listening to one of his trainings this evening, and he says you should give yourself life experiences. So that's one of the life experiences I'm going to give myself.
Well, Redback basically they are no longer in operation. They dissolved the company.
Auntie Alima, why are you doing this now? All right, let me go ahead and ask everybody. I wanted to allow it so that it will be an interactive session, but people are coming in, not muting themselves. So let me just mute out everyone upon entry and not allow anyone to unmute themselves so that we can have allow participants to unmute themselves. No. All right, so of course, you know the normal paparazzi and all of that. So definitely I will be doing that big time. All right, so you're seeing my chart. You can see that gold is buying, gold is pushing up. I'm actually looking to see if price can push back up to around somewhere around somewhere around here. All right, somewhere around here. No, somewhere around here. If we can see price come back to retest this zone, then we'll expect further drop to the downside. So let's see how it goes. I'm actually buying. I didn't call the trade for on the general group. I started buying at this zone. I started buying at 40.49. So I took a buy at 40.49. So I'm looking to hold. I'm looking to hold till around this zone. Okay. But if you decide, I didn't call the trade though. If you decide to take it, you're on your own. So anyhow it turns out for you, you go take them like that. Now you take the trade, no be me call, I'm not calling for you. I'm just having fun this evening. So back to what I was talking about, the science of getting rich. So in that classic of all time, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Wallace D. Wattles says getting rich is a science and is an exact science. He says getting rich is a science and is an exact science. He says it's an exact science like chemistry, like mathematics, like physics, like algebra. No, so what is a science? So if Wallace D. Wattles says getting rich is a science, the next thing we need to define is what is a science. So let's ask the teachers in the house. So please, can you help us define what a science is? Please, if you want to help us, just raise your digital hands. I will unmute you if you can help us with the definition of a science. If you can help us with the definition of a science, I'll go ahead and unmute you, all right? Oh, Dr. Dupe has even downloaded the book. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man. Dr. Dupe, please help me respond to Susan and tell her that the link is on the Wealth Hub Academy. So if she paid for education, she should have access to it. So in that book, The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. Anybody helping us to define what a science is? Okay. Anyone helping us to define what a science is? Because Wallace D. Wattles in that book says getting rich is a science. Okay, Eddie FX, your hands are up. Thank you so much for helping us define what a science is so we can have our bearing. ADFX, I've permitted you. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. It's nice being with you on this live session today. Sorry, I've been a little bit busy and traveling up and down. Science, as we all know, we have tradition, we have science, and we have religion. Science is a systematic study of the natural world, the world that has been created and given to us free of charge by God, our Creator, through observation, experiment, and analysis. So basically, that is science, the systematic study of natural world through observations. That's why those core scientists, they do a lot of observation. They do a lot of observation, and they carry out a lot of experiment to test one thing or the other. And from the experiment, they do analysis. So basically, that is it.
All right, thank you so much.
Chairman, confirm you are hearing me.
Yes, ADFX, I heard you. Thank you so much for that scientific definition. Scientific definition of a science. Do we have any other person that is going to help us with a different version of the definition of a science? Any other person in the house? Any other person in the house? Any other person? So while we're at that, let me ask Google what a science is. What is a science? What is science? Google says I should give you 1 minute. Even Google is thinking. Is it Google or Google, whatever. It's thinking, it's trying to think, what is a science? So even the question self, CAI self, they think about that. Okay. While he's still thinking about that, let me ask AI. Dr. Love, help us ask ChatGPT. Help us ask ChatGPT, what is a science? What is a science? No, that person is raising hand. I don't know why it's taking it this long. I'm using my network here because it's not supposed to take it this long. I think it must be my network. It's taking it too long to come up with that definition. So when it's taking too long, okay, hold on. It's giving me another instruction. Let me see what it's saying. Just bear with me. I'm going somewhere. I want us to get something. Science is the systematic study of the natural world. That's a teacher's definition. A teacher has given us one Obonga definition. Science is the systematic study of the natural world through observation, experimentation, and evidence. It helps us understand how things work, why this happen, and what rules govern nature. Fantastic. I like that definition. ADFX also gave us this exact same definition. What I like most about it is when it ends up by saying the rules that govern nature. That is very, very instructive for me, the rules that govern nature. Now, this is my definition of science in a very simple, practical way. My personal definition of a science is anything that has fixed principles. This is my personal definition. Anything that has fixed principles. So what does that mean? For me, a science is anything that has fixed principle. And the principles are operative irrespective of geographical location. Someone says science is an attempt to take God out of the equation. Okay, now you sabi that one. Is it not God that gave us the brain to know science? Science for me, in this regard, in this perspective, science is anything that has fixed principles, and those principles are applicable anywhere in the world. So what do I mean by that? A science is anything that has fixed principles, and those principles are applicable. Those principles work anywhere in the world, irrespective of geographical location. So in that regard, let's look at gravity. Gravity, the law of gravity. So gravity is a law. Now, you know that the universe is governed by laws. Just paying attention, and I hope you're writing. The universe is governed by laws because trading is governed by law. All right? Trading is governed by laws. Trading is a science because it doesn't matter your geographical location. Trading is governed by the same exact principles. So when I travel to the US, will I be able to trade? Sure, I will. Will I be able to send out trade ideas? Sure, I will. Why? Because it's a science. It doesn't respect geographical locations. It's governed by principles. It's governed by rules. It's governed by laws. So let's look at one of the principles in science. All right, so there's a principle in science, a law in science that is called the law of gravity. How many of us have heard of the law of gravity? If you've heard of the law of gravity, please type a 7 on the chat box. You've heard of the law of gravity, type a 7 on the chat box. Everyone on this call, of course, you know that I like responses. I need to know that you're here. You know, someone says in the book, the author of the book, The Millionaire Mindset. The author of the book, The Millionaire Mindset, he says, showing up is 10%, participation is 90%. You might need to read that book, The Millionaire's Mindset. He says, showing up is 10%, participation is 90%. So it's excellent that you have shown up on this call tonight, but you need to participate because some people, it's actually their phones that join this Zoom call. Their minds are not here. All right, they are in their homes, they are doing other things. They're not paying attention and all of that, all that good stuff. Okay? So the law of gravity. So the law of gravity says anything that goes up must come down. True or true? If it's true, please type T on the chat box. The law of gravity says anything what goes up must come down. You remember that song by Bongo Sikwe? What's gonna be is gonna be. What goes up must come down. What's gonna be is gonna be. There's nothing you can do about it. You remember that song, Bongo Sikwe? What's gonna be is gonna be. What goes up must come down. What's gonna be is gonna be. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, Jesus went up a long time ago and has refused to come down. The Lord Jesus went up a long time ago and has refused. He ascended up in the heavens and he has been there. He's not come down all that while. So, so the law of gravity says anything that goes up must come down. So it's a law and it's a universal law. It's a universal principle. Now, but laws, every law, every principle can be negated by a higher law or a higher principle. So even though we have the law of gravity that says everything that goes up must come down, we also have another law that is called the law of lift. By the law of lift, you can suspend the law of gravity. So the law of lift is what those gigantic, mighty metal birds used to fly in the sky. So I'm going to the US, right? I'm going to be up in the sky for hours. All right, we're going to use the law of lift to, suspend the law of gravity for a season. So a law can be suspended or can be superseded by a higher law. All right. So the law of gravity is applicable and is in force no matter your geographical location. The only way you can suspend temporarily the law of gravity is by applying a higher law called the law of lift. All right, so if you have the instrument or the equipment that allows you to put into place the law of lift, then you will be able to suspend, as it were, for a season, the law of gravity. So the law of gravity says anything that goes up must come down, right? So that means that if anyone climbs the tallest building in Abuja and decides to jump from there, the person will come down. If someone in Damaturu does the same, they will come down. If a Mr. Walter Carrington in America decides to go climb the Empire State Building in New York and decides to jump, the law of gravity is going to bring him down. So that law is no respecter of persons. All right, is no respecter of persons, is no respecter of geographical location. Now, this reminds me about my favorite book. My favorite book is a book called the Bible, the Bible, all right? The #1 business book on the planet. As a matter of fact, practically every business school, all principles that they teach comes from the Bible. So if you're not reading the Bible every day, you're doing yourself a major disservice, all right? So that law, again, the law of gravity doesn't respect persons, doesn't respect personalities, doesn't respect geographical location. So it reminds me of that business book, the Bible, the most potent book in the universe. The book says, "For we know that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation under earth, whosoever," no discrimination, "whosoever feareth him and doeth righteousness is acceptable by him." That you find that in the book of Acts of the Apostles, the 10th chapter, Peter in the house of Cornelius. All right. So you can see, because God put the law of gravity in place, the law of gravity takes after the nature of God. The law of gravity is no respecter of persons, is no respecter of geographical locations. All right. So trading is a science. Trading is no respecter of persons. Trading is no respecter of geographical locations. No matter your location, if you apply the right principles when it comes to trading, you will get the right results. All right. Okay, 1 second. If you apply the right principles, you will get the right result. No matter where you live, no matter your geographical location, it's not going to say because you live in the US or, Dr. Dupe lives in Dallas, he lives in Atlanta, so he's going to respect Dr. Dupe more than you respect somebody who lives in Nigeria. No. If you apply the right principles, you will get the right result. So it's a science. It is not a respecter of persons. All right? Is a science. It is not a respecter of persons. So what do you need to do? You need to learn the principles that govern trading. Number one principle that you must pay keen attention to when you as a trader is, number one, protect your capital. Protect your capital. You might want to type that down. Protect your capital. Protect your capital. Very, very important. Protect your capital. Now, because if you don't protect your capital and the market takes your capital away, you're going to have to go look for another money to put in the market in order for you to continue participating in the market. So protecting your capital should be a cardinal principle for anyone who is really, really serious about trading. All right. Warren Buffett was asked, what is his first law? What are his three most important laws when it comes to investment? He says, law number one, never lose your capital. Law number two, never lose your capital. Law number three, never lose your capital. So his three most important laws hovers around security for your capital. Security for your capital. So when you go on and you take unnecessary risk, you take on unwise risk, and you lose your capital, what have you done? You will now go and look for another money to come and inject in the market. So that is not wise investment. That is not how a wise investor handles money. All right? So in trading, do not over leverage your capital. Don't over leverage your equity. Don't over leverage your equity. Somebody type that on the chat box. Don't over leverage your equity. Type that on the chat box. Don't over leverage on your equity. All of us, including myself, we're all susceptible to this. Type that in on the chat box, someone. Don't over leverage your equity. We are all, including myself, we are all culpable when it comes to this. Everybody type it on the chat box. Don't over leverage your equity. Type it on the chat box. Type it on the chat box. Do not over leverage your equity. Because your equity is what keeps you in the game. Someone says, he who fights and runs lives to fight another day. He who fights and runs lives to fight another day. Your equity is what keeps you in the game. If you over leverage your equity and you lose your capital, you will have to go source for another fund to get you back in the market. So capital protection should be your number one priority. There's an old proverb that says a bird in hand is worth 10 in the bush. Capital protection. We're going to come to the technicalities. Now, but you see, even if you know all the technicalities, but you don't understand these basic fundamentals, you're still going to keep losing money. Even if you know all the technicalities of trading, but you don't understand these basic fundamentals, you will keep losing money. And you'll be wondering, what is wrong with me? All right. Even if you understand all the technicalities, even if you understand all the technicalities and you don't understand this basic fundamental, you will keep losing money in trading. And you remember one guy who wrote on the group and said he's not lucky. He has seen that he's not lucky when it comes to trading. And we told him that trading has nothing to do with luck. Trading has nothing to do with luck. Trading has to do with your mindset. Trading has to do with your discipline. All right? Trading has to do with your discipline. So you need to protect your capital. Never allow a green turn to a red. Never allow a green turn to a red. Never allow a green turn to a red. Never allow a winning position turn to a losing position. You saw the gentleman today that I posted his trades on the Telegram group. Look at the trade that has given him massive profit. He did not close and he allowed that profit to turn to red. It happens even to me. So it happens even to me. So it's a discipline that I consistently will say to myself through affirmation, through affirmation, through affirmation, through affirmation, through affirmation. Constantly affirming to myself, constantly reminding myself. And I'll need us to take some affirmations tonight. Dr. Dupe, are you somewhere that is not noisy that you can unmute yourself? Let me know if you're somewhere that is not noisy and you can unmute yourself so that we can take some affirmation. As I take the affirmation, you are the only one to unmute yourself. Everybody repeats the affirmation, but you can unmute yourself and repeat. So let me know if you're in a noisy place. Let me find someone else that will do that with me. Because there are certain things. Okay, good, fantastic. All right, so please go ahead and unmute yourself, Dr. Dupe. All right, so everyone, we're going to take these affirmations together. So you're not unmuting yourself, you're saying it to yourself where you are. Dr. Dupe is the one who is unmuting herself so that as she repeats after me, you also go. So let's start. I'm a profitable trader.
I'm a profitable trader.
I'm a disciplined trader.
I am a disciplined trader.
I understand the charts perfectly.
I understand the chart perfectly.
I take only profitable trades.
I take only profitable trades.
My mindset is that of a disciplined trader.
My mindset is that of a disciplined trader.
I see the charts clearly.
I see the charts clearly.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
I am focused.
I am focused.
I am determined.
I am determined.
I am 100% focused on my trading.
I am 100% focused on my trading.
I keep getting better and better every day.
I keep getting better and better every day.
I
Hallelujah.
am a disciplined trader.
I am a disciplined trader.
I follow the rules.
I follow the rules.
I follow my daily rules. I write out the rules and I follow them.
I write out my rules daily and I follow them.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
I never allow a win to turn into a loss.
I never allow a win to turn into a loss.
I never allow a blue to turn into a red.
I never allow a blue to turn into a red.
I don't allow my emotions to get the better of me.
I do not allow my emotions to get the better of me.
I have a sound mind.
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 I look at the chart clearly with objectivity.
I look at the chart clearly with objectivity.
And I trade like a pro.
And I trade like a pro.
No emotions.
No emotions.
When a trade goes against me,
when a trade goes against me,
I don't move my stop loss.
I do not move my stop loss.
When a trade goes against me,
when a trend goes against me,
I know that there will be other opportunities.
I know that there will be other opportunities.
I will not over leverage my account.
I will not over leverage my account.
I will not blow my account.
I will not blow my account.
I will never again blow my account.
I will never again blow my account.
You're not saying that one with confidence, so I will
never again blow my account.
Because I will follow the rules.
Because I will follow the rules.
Because I will be disciplined.
Because I will be disciplined.
I will not revenge on the market.
I will not revenge on the market.
I will set my daily targets.
I will set my daily targets.
30% account growth.
30% account growth.
Once that is achieved, I leave the market.
Once that is achieved, I leave the market.
I will not overtrade.
I will not overtrade.
I will not allow greed to get the better of me.
I will not allow greed to get the better of me.
I don't own the market.
I do not own the market.
I'm just a participant.
I am just a participant.
I don't own the market.
I do not own the market.
I am just a participant.
I am just a participant.
Father, thank you for my daily bread from this market.
Father, thank you for my daily bread from this market.
I am a disciplined trader.
I am a disciplined trader.
I am a focused trader.
I am a focused trader.
I'm getting better and better every day.
I am getting better and better every day.
People, make this your affirmation before you start taking trades. Make this your affirmation. Affirm this every day. Affirm this because affirmations are very powerful. It says, as you have spoken in my ears, so shall I do to you. Words, images, and emotions. When you are affirming things, you're enchanting. You know enchantment. Enchantment. You remember when they say someone casts a spell, a witch doctor casts a spell on someone, what do? Is enchantment. So enchantments are words. So you keep speaking the words that you want, the right emotions. You want to create the right environment for belief. You keep talking to yourself. You keep talking to yourself. You make mistakes. You keep talking to yourself. So affirmations are very important in trading. Affirmations are very important in trading. Remember, faith comes by hearing, not by having heard. So you need to hear this over and over and over and over and over again. So critically tonight is not losing your account. Don't over leverage. People, it's not every trade that will hit TP. It's not every trade that will hit TP. I remember the first two trades that we took this morning, they didn't get to TP. I think one did 60 pips, the other one did 50 pips. So don't insist that, no, the trade must hit TP. No, you get market too. All right? Protect your money, preserve your capital, protect your money. All right? Once you've done 30% of your account, leave the market. Leave the market, except if you have so much money that you don't mind whatever happens, all right? Once you've done 30% of your account, leave the market. Leave the market. If we can get this to sink into everybody, I think we would have done a whole lot, even if we don't do technicalities. If we can get this, because if this sinks into everybody, because when you check our trades, there is no day that we don't do 30% account growth. There is no day that we don't do 30% account growth. Yesterday was completely off the chain. I think yesterday we called about 7 or 8 trades. We did not lose a single trade. But you see, every day will not be like that. Every day will not be like that. Okay? Every day will not be like yesterday. Every day will not be like yesterday. And you see, continuous learning is something that is very critical and very essential in becoming profitable. Doctor, please, what time is 2 p.m. CST? What time will that be in Nigeria? 2 p.m. CST?
2 p.m. CST. 7 p.m. is my 1 p.m.
No, sorry. 7 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time is Houston time, right?
Yes, it's Houston time. So that will be your 8 p.m. Right, Dr. O?
No, that cannot be my 8 p.m. 7
p.m. Nigerian time is 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central.
No, I'm asking for 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central.
So that would be 1 hour behind, 6 p.m. They are 1 hour behind us. 6 p.m. Nigerian time. That's one. That's hold on, sir. 7 p.m. Nigerian time.
No. 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central. What time would that be in Nigerian? 7 p.m. Central.
Oh, okay. Let's count 6 hours ahead. Midnight. 7 p.m.
That should be around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Nigerian time.
Yes, sir. We count it ahead. That's 2 a.m., sir. 2 a.m. Nigerian time.
Okay,
yes, thank you, Dr. Joseph. 2 a.m. Nigerian time.
So I have a Zoom training that I have to join by 7 p.m. EST. By 7 p.m. CST, not even EST. 7 p.m. CST, I have to jump on a Zoom. That's the power of commitment. So while most people are snoring, I will be taking training. That's the power of commitment. 7 p.m. CST, I will jump on a Zoom call. There's a strategy I want to learn. And the person who will teach me that strategy says he's only available by 7 p.m. CST. So I have to jump on that call, 7 p.m. So that is the power of commitment. That is the power of commitment. Doctor, please help me answer that guy who is on Telegram, who just posted something on the group. That is the power of commitment. Trading is not trading. You've heard me recently, I keep posting it. Trading is not a 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Trading is not a 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Trading is not 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Can someone please type that on the chat box? Trading is not 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Please type that in on the chat box. Trading is not 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Trading is not 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Mastering the skill of trading is not 100 meters dash. People have been learning this for over 18 years now, and I'm still learning. For over 18 years now, I've been in this space. And when I see someone who knows something that I want to learn, I go meet the person. In fact, the person I want to learn from this morning, the person said that they live in Mississippi. I even offer, I said, okay, don't worry, I can fly to Mississippi. I'll be in the US in a few weeks. I can come to Mississippi to see you. Put it on the chat box, everyone. Trading is not 100 meters dash. Trading is a marathon. Trading is not 100 meters dash, because most of us, we treat trading as if it's 100 meters dash. All right, we treat trading as if it's 100 meters dash. We want to get there now. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a science. It's not kalo. It's a science. If you treat trading with respect, it will pay you big time. But most of us want to treat trading as if it's kalo. Trading is not kalo. All right? Trading is not kalo. We must approach the market with the right mindset. Approach the market with the mindset of a long-term investor. I wanted to do some technical trainings tonight, but I'm finding myself going in this direction. I think it's very important. Approach the market with the mindset of a long-term investor. How does a long-term investor look at the market? A long-term investor is not looking to make profit tomorrow. A long-term investor is building wealth. Is building wealth. A long-term investor is not looking for riches. A long-term investor is looking for wealth. You hear Dr. Dokwe keep talking about generational wealth. So approach trading with the mindset of a long-term investor. So you're not looking to kill the market, because the greatest challenge that we have in 2.0 is because of the accuracy of the trade ideas, most people, they throw caution to the wind. Because of the accuracy of the trade ideas, most people throw cautions to the wind. All right? Most people do what? They throw caution to the wind. Because of the accuracy of the trade ideas, most people throw caution to the wind. They over-leverage their account. They take too many positions. All right? They over-leverage their account. They take too many positions and end up losing their account. So as I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. Because as the sellers will say, we'll ride in the same boat. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. As I'm throwing out the word of caution, I'm also cautioning myself and telling myself, look, you need to do better. Now, so look at the accuracy of our results. Okay. Look at the accuracy of our results. Just imagine that you were following the rules since we started. Just imagine that you were following the rules. You're growing your account by, let's say, 20 to 30% a day. Just imagine where that account will be now. If you were just following the rules, you're not over leveraging, you're not over trading. Once you hit your daily target, you stop. You know, I like the discipline of, what's that gentleman's name? I like his discipline. What's his, he just made a post now in the group that I saw a little while ago. I like his discipline. His name is Babatunde Ayeni. I like his discipline. All right. Once he hits his daily target, once he hits his daily target, you see him, he will write on the group, he has met his daily target, he's off. He closes his chart and he's gone. I wish I can be that disciplined, but you see, because of you people, I stay on the chart more than is necessary for me. You know, the reason why we send several trades in a day is because people live in different time zones. All right, because people live in different time zones, they see the trades at different times. And some don't get to take some trades. So that's why we keep sending trades so that everyone is able to, you know, get trade at their own time zone. Yeah, if not for that, I like his principle, I like his discipline, leaving the market when you've met your daily target. So what takeaways do we get from this call tonight? Affirmation is key. Number one. Number two, protect your capital. Number three, don't over leverage. Number four, once you meet your target, stop trading. Number five, our target for a day is 30%. Please, everyone on the call, type on the chat box the 5 key takeaways that you got from tonight's call. Type it on the chat box. Everyone on the call, let me be sure that we're in alignment. Type on the chat box the 5 key takeaways that you got from tonight's call. Type it in on the chat box. What did you understand? What did you get from tonight? Whatever resonated with you on tonight's call. Because if you get what I've just said and you apply it, you will never lose your account again. If you grab what I've just said now and you apply it going forward, you will never blow an account again. So please, whatever is the takeaway that you got from this call, type it in on the chat box. I'm waiting to see that. Type. Everyone is waiting for me to train on the charts. Training on the chart is important. But what I've just taught you tonight is way more valuable than training on the chart. Because if you understand and you apply what I've just taught you now, without reading any chart, with what we have on 2.0, you will make money week in, week out, and you will never lose your account. 39 persons on the call. I'm expecting the 39 responses, 2 responses so far. All right, Dr. Love has given 4. Protect your capital. Okay, she gave 1. Protect your capital. That's what stood out for her. Trading is Know when to stop. Do not over leverage. Fantastic. Protect your capital. Fantastic. Protect your capital. Don't over leverage. That's Sunday. All right. Who else? Who else? Please put it in. Put it in. Everyone on the call, type it in. Remember, showing up is 10%. Participation is 90%. Put it in on the chart. Put it in right there on the chart. Capital preservation. Don't let your blue turn into a red. Do only 30% daily, Brenda. All right. Trading is a science. I will never blow my account again. Okay, fantastic. Trading is a marathon. Protect my capital. Fantastic, fantastic. Be disciplined, Mercy. Fantastic. So please let me know, do you have any questions? Any question? Because see, if you just apply these simple principles that I've taught you today, this simple principle is worth more than $1 million, because this principle on 2.0, if you apply this principle will give you more than $1 million. Be disciplined, maintain a 30%, fantastic. I will not over leverage. Once I hit 30%, I'll leave the market. Maureen George, fantastic. So please let me know if you have any question, any part of what I've said, because I'm going to stop here so that I don't overload you. There's so much I want to pour out, but it's not too much information that you need. What you need is the affirmation, is the application of what you've learned. To be profitable in trading, you don't need too much information. Too much information, I call it information overload. You don't need to, if you just take what we've learned tonight and you apply it, you see your account just grow exponentially. So let me know if you have any questions. Don't over leverage. Once I meet my target, I leave the market. Don't allow your blue turn to a red. Fantastic. So write this down, and you want this to be your core principles. Write this down and let this be your core principles. Write them down. Look at them every day. Any questions? All right, so if there are no questions, I'll be bringing this session to a close. Everyone, from tomorrow, apply what you've learned. Apply this, and you will see that you will not lose your account anymore. You will see your account grow day after day, day after day, week after week, month after month. The same account, the same account. You will be shocked how much you will be able to withdraw from that same account every single week if you just apply the simple, basic, primary, elementary principles of trading. So if you got value, please put it on the chat box. Let me know if you got value tonight. If you got value, type value. If you got value, type value. We will be uploading this recording so you can have access to it. If you got value, everyone, 38 still on the call. If you got value, type value. If you got value, type value. If you just apply this with the accuracy of the trades on 2.0, if you apply this, your account will just keep growing. You're not over leveraging. You're not over trading. You're not risking your account excessively. You're not greedy. You have your daily target. Once you hit it, you leave the market. Okay? You know that trading is a marathon. If today doesn't go well, there's tomorrow. Don't lose all your money on just one trade. If you can apply these basic principles, you will see that same account turn into a profitable account where it becomes a well of water for you. Every time you can come and fetch from it. Every time you can come and fetch from it. Every time you can come and fetch from it. How do you do that? By building a wall of fire around your money. How do you build that wall of fire? Following these basic fundamental principles of trading that we just taught tonight. So with that being said, I want to celebrate everyone on the call, and let me give our international, the head of international sales, let me give her a few minutes to say one or two things. Dr. Dupe, you're still on the call. Please, Ma, you have the floor. You can say one or two things. Thank you. You can take it away.
Wow, thank you so very much, Mr. Chairman. As a matter of fact, I dovetail for you. I flaunt my cap for you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for letting it flow. I was telling somebody, I said, I like it when A teacher is teaching from the heart. Sometimes I'm a speaker too. Sometimes you prepare your write-up, you are ready to just come out, and then the Spirit says, no, that's not the direction. We are so many of us on this call tonight, 36 of us. It might just be one person that needs it, but God is saying, speak to that person. So the affirmation we just spoke now, I'm telling you, you have heard them over and over and over and over and over again. Even me that's been here, I internalized it, and I've been saying this as chairman, I've been saying, what did you learn? I'm just speaking them out. Guys, this meeting was, yes, thank you for saying that. This meeting was very, very important. Somebody's saying we actually came to learn your strategy. This is the main strategy. It doesn't begin with the lines, guys. It doesn't begin with the lines you are drawing. It begins with you, your mindset. The mindset of a millionaire does not begin with 419. 419 does not take their phone and call you. They plan it. In the same vein, we as Forex trader must plan every day. Like, you know what I mean? Every day. If I said to somebody, the next time I catch you entering the market, without looking first to say, yes, I will share the affirmation. I've transcribed it. You know, I'm a smart kid. I actually recorded Chairman's voice, so don't worry. I'm transcribing it to write it so that people that weren't here can also read to themselves. That's what I was actually doing, that I wasn't talking all the while. So such things, do not take it for granted. Open your phone. As soon as they say affirmation, I put it on voice note. So both my voice and Chairman's voice, I have it. Even if I can't read, I'll be playing on top of my bed. So what are you doing with your time before you go into the market? Do you even check? How about, okay, God forbid, or just God forbid, the chairman just woke up and called a trade, and you did not check? We all follow now, sheepishly. Sometimes we talk to ourselves, say, this trade is going, then you will see him quickly post something. He is going to tell you either don't take it yet or do this, because you know. So guys, in Wet Up 2.0, there's something. I might not have been visible for a couple of days. I praise God for it. Sometimes we need such retreats. I praise God for it, and we're all on the same place. So listen, guys, you need to apply everything we have heard today. The people that were not here today, is painful that you pay a whole $350. I don't know how people make money in Nigeria, but here we work for our money. So when we work for the money, we make the money work for us. I can't put a whooping $350 that I not be at meetings. My brain no day for leg now. So if you know anybody that paid $350, somebody was chatting me now. How do you pay for 1 year? You're not on discount. You have been quiet since you paid. It's predominantly wrong. I always like to use the word predominant. That is, it is there. So guys, whatever we've learned today, I'll beg you with the love of God, go back and apply it. Even if you don't trade tomorrow and you just work on these things, you're also trading. You know, when you are learning to trade, you're actually trading. So sit down with these affirmations, repeat it, play it over and over, again and again and again and again until it makes flesh. You see how Chairman was telling me to repeat it. We're all in this. I know what he was doing. Chairman was wanting a reiteration. So since he couldn't hear you guys, he needed to hear somebody's voice. And that voice was also speaking to him. Like his voice was speaking to us, my voice was speaking to him. Who is speaking to you in this industry? If no voice is speaking to you, go and look for a 2 a.m. appointment and keep. Call Chairman. He has told us, if you have done your training, call him for a one-to-one session, and he's available. Thank you so very much that you're giving me this opportunity to speak. I appreciate it. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you all on top. But there's something you all need to do. We need to go shout it on the mountain top. Please go shout it on the mountain top. Don't keep quiet. You see, I told you that facts tell, but stories sell. I know somebody that, when we first started, when we were still in our cash, all those days we're making 9,000, 10,000. We're fighting for our Profem accounts and all. Somebody sent back to me how he used my trading to market. So we that are getting it live on our withdrawable money, not Profem account, why not shout it to the rooftops? Why not shout it to the rooftops and make sure people come to get what you are getting? $20 a day is a lot of money. I live inside dollars, so I know the value of dollar. $20 a day right now in America, you're a rich man, because you go to the store, $20 can hardly buy something for you. Because that inflation you think is happening in Nigeria, now here for starts. So let's shout it to the rooftop. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And we all give promises to ourselves not to go beyond 30%. Me, I'm guilty as charged. I no go lie, now sometimes we overtrade in the name of leadership. It's a lie. We are going to stay with 30% going forward. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I deeply appreciate the honor and the privilege to speak. I transcribed the voice, so I'm trying to correct the spellings. You know, now AI now, so I cannot post it on the chairman has given me permission to post the transcribed version on the platform. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, sir. You can take it away as superstar.
All right, I celebrate you, ma. Well done. You know, so for the person that says they came to learn my strategy, my mindset is more important than my strategy. You can know my strategy and still be blowing your account every day. The mindset is more important than the strategy. You can know the strategy and you will still lose your account every day. Someone asked me, how come you're able to withdraw this type of money, $5,000 a week, $10,000 a week? It's the mindset, it's not the strategy. It's the mindset. Maybe I think I'll take time and teach you the training balance scale. The training balance scale. So the training balance scale, you have two sides. Number one side, you have the techniques. You have the strategy. The techniques, the strategy, the know-how, the skill set. Understanding the chart, ability to read the chart, ability to interpret the chart accurately. Now, this is one part of the training balance scale. This side, the technicalities, the know-how, the ability, the skill set is actually 10% of the training balance scale. My mentor, Mr. David Dimonite, calls it the success balance scale. Is the physical. The physical side is the techniques. The physical side is the technology. The physical side is the ideas. No, not the ideas, the skill set, the strategy, the know-how, understanding the chart, interpreting the chart, knowing how to get into the market. That is the physical side of the success balance scale. Now, there's the spiritual side of the success balance scale. The spiritual side is 90%. Remember, the physical side is 10%, which is the technicalities, the strategy, the skill set, the know-how is just 10%. The spiritual side is the ideas, the inspiration, the mindset, the emotion, the inspiration, the intangible part of the successes equation is way more important than the tangible part. But what do? People focus on the tangible part, and what happens? They still keep losing money. If not, tell me. I post the trades, the same trade, I post them on the group. People say they lose money, but I withdraw $5,000 a week. The difference is not it's not the trade, it's what I know. It's how I see the market. It's my mindset. What's going on in my mind? So if you can get what is behind the scene, what is behind the scene is way more important than what you're seeing. He said, for we know that the things that appear were created by the things that do not appear. If you understand the mindset, if you understand the right emotion, if you can create the right environment, you can speak the right words. We're going to get to the technicalities. But if you know all the technicalities and you don't know this part, you're still going to lose money. All right? But if you understand in Wealth Hub right now, if you understand what I've just taught you and you start applying it from tomorrow, even without having understood fully the technicalities, you will see yourself not losing your account anymore. Your account will just keep growing every single day by 30% until the growth becomes exponential. So with that being said, I want to celebrate everyone on this call. And tomorrow, we will have the expert on the expert on the capital market, the capital market. He will be talking about stockbroking, the different instruments in the capital market, And he's not just talking about the Nigerian capital market, he will be talking about the global capital market. So anywhere you are, you need to learn how the capital market works, how to leverage the capital market, how to profit from the capital market. All right? So tomorrow, 7 p.m., we will have that expert who will be teaching and opening our eyes to stocks, to bonds, Euro bond, the different types of investments. So as you make money from the Forex market, you can also put in some into places that work without your involvement. So with that being said, thank you so much, Dr. Dupe. I celebrate and I appreciate you. Do have a great night rest, everyone. So please, everyone on this call, if you got value, please, at the end of this call, get on the WhatsApp group and just type 2 things that you got from this call. If you got value at the end of this call, we are 29 here. Some have dropped off. Just get on the WhatsApp group and just type just 2 things that you got from this call. So with that being said, good night, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.